Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Alison. I write as Alison May, as half of Juliet Bell, and most recently as Sinclair. This is my brand new book which came out this week, and that is what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about what an author actually does when they've got a brand new book out, what they do on publication day, what they do on publication week. So I've got some vlog footage from right through the week, and then I will catch up with you at the end of the video, back here to me now, and we'll do a little roundup and talk about how it all went. So it is Monday of publication week, and today is basically just a regular working day. So alongside the book that is coming out on Thursday, I am currently writing the sequel to that, which is due with my publisher in about 4 weeks. So I can't really devote all my time this week to promoting the new book, which would be the ideal. Realistically, that is never how it works out. You're always writing one book, promoting another, sometimes editing a third at the same time. So everything is a bit of a hustle and a bit of a compromise. So today's priorities are to get some words in the book that I'm writing. I also have a very part-time employed job as a university lecturer, and today is an assignment deadline day, so I need to keep an eye on my email for that job in case any students get in touch with last-minute crises or problems, which inevitably somebody will have. So today is writing, keeping an eye on university email, and then hopefully after lunch I will have time to record some short form video content for TikTok and Instagram to do with the book and promoting the book. And also at some point I need to schedule some social media posts for Twitter and Facebook right through the week, with some images to do with the book and various things like that. So today is all about keeping the plates spinning. I've started badly because it is 10:30. I've only just got to my desk. I do normally start work earlier than this. I have had a shower and done a workout, so I haven't just been sitting on my bum. But the other slight complication to throw into the mix is that I have chronic IBS, digestive health problems, which is normally fairly well controlled with a combination of diet and exercise, but at the moment I'm in a fairly big flare up. I got right through Christmas and New Year without catching anything. All of the COVID and flus and cold viruses that are going around I managed to avoid, and then at 4 o'clock in the morning on the 3rd of January, which here in the UK was the first sort of proper day back at work, day that wasn't a public holiday or anything, and I woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning in absolutely astonishing stomach pain. That progressed as, you know, stomach bugs do. You don't need the graphic version of that, but I've been in IBS flare-up ever since. I'm a little bit slow moving at the moment, and this week I really don't have time to be slow moving. So yeah, that's just another little additional challenge that we're trying to work with there. Woo! So that's today. I'm going to crack on with some writing now. I might see you again later when I'm recording some video content, but for now, writing, checking email, cracking on with the day. So just recording some quick content now for Instagram and TikTok for publication week, promoting the book. So yeah, I'm filming me. Yeah. In a bit you can see what's going on. So that's that video all done and recorded. I'm going to upload that and then back to writing the next book. Hi, it is Tuesday morning publication week. Book is out on Thursday. It is 7:45 in the morning, so I'm at my desk a bit earlier than yesterday. So today, similar to yesterday, it's a regular work day. So I've got some social media stuff to do. I've got some emails to reply to, and I need to add around about 5k to the book I'm writing at the moment, which is the sequel to the book that comes out on Thursday. And I need to, the social media stuff is going to be stuff around promoting the new book. I've got now blog tour graphics from my publisher, so there's a blog tour running from publication day for a week, and I've got some social media graphics for that I can use from the publisher, so I need to save those, schedule some tweets relating to the blog tour, and then write all the words. So 7:45 at the moment, and I'm already at my desk. I'm planning to participate in the 8 a.m. London Writers Hour session, London Writers Salon Writers Hour session. I think I've talked about this on YouTube before. If I haven't, basically this is something that's run by London Writers Salon. It's a Zoom session which they do 4 times a day for an hour. You just log on, there's a little kind of 5-minute introduction, and then you spend 50 minutes writing in silence, essentially. Everyone's on mute, they're just sort of there in the computer while you do your own thing, and then there's kind of 5 minutes wrap up at the end, and they do that at 8 a.m. London time, New York, Los Angeles, and then either Sydney or Auckland. That one shifts a little bit during the year, I think, depending on when daylight saving time starts and when clocks change and that kind of stuff. So you can do it up to 4 times a day. I do 1 or 2 most days. I quite often do the 8 a.m. one if I'm not doing a workout in the morning, and I quite often do the 4 o'clock one in the afternoon to kind of get me through the sort of afternoon lull of like, back to desk after lunch, puff around doing some things that aren't writing, need to get head back in writing. So I usually do 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. London time. So that's the shape of the day, mostly writing, bit of promo for the book, not a great deal of publication week excitement, but there we go. Hi, still Tuesday, just hopping back in really quickly. When I was running through what I had to do today, I completely forgot that I was hosting a Zoom writers group meeting at 10:30. So yeah, that's a whole big hunk of time that I'd sort of not accounted for that I'm busy. It's fine. It's fine. So it's 10:25 now, so we're about to hop into that meeting. So far I have added 3,169 words to the manuscript. 5k is the target for the day. So I'm probably slightly ahead of schedule in terms of where I need to be in the day. So that's good. Means this hunk of time taking out won't be as bad as it could be. So yeah, that's where we are. Just a whole other thing I have to do that I'd forgotten about. So Tuesday afternoon, after lunch, I'm just working on, again, some social media content around the book, and I'm putting together some stuff I need for a whole package of little short reels and clips to do the characters in the book that I can release over the next few days. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Again, I'm going to turn you around so you can see what is going on here. It's my phone, ready to film. I'm just doing some poetries right now. Hello, so it is Wednesday of publication week. Publication is tomorrow. The plan for today was pretty much the same as yesterday and Monday, so lots of words to write on the new book, social media to do for the book that comes out tomorrow, some bits and bobs of other work and catching up on email and things like that. Small problem is that I basically haven't slept at all last night, so I have some chronic digestive health things that have flared up really badly in the last few weeks, and I was in a lot of pain last night and didn't really sleep. So still aiming to get lots done today, but at the moment it is 10 to 9 in the morning. Haven't really got beyond pyjamas, Wonder Woman pyjamas though, so you know, adopting a positive attitude. And I think we're going to take the first part of the morning fairly slowly. I'm going to try and eat something and see how that goes, and then hope that by kind of late morning I'm perky and we can crack on. Hello, so it is Wednesday afternoon. I am still wearing pyjamas, which probably gives you a sense that this morning didn't go hugely well. I have written about 800 words or so this morning, which is not great, and I've recorded a TikTok and an Insta reel, so I have done some stuff, but it's been a bit of a slow moving day. So it is 3:10 now, and I'm just debating whether I feel up to doing a workout. What I might do is get dressed, do a workout, then come back and do a writer's hour at 4 o'clock and try and really rap some words out. I mean, there will be no rapping. It's not, I mean, I'm not even going to try and rap to demonstrate how there will be no rapping. That is how little rapping there will be. I will type words with the typing fingers. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and do a very gentle pulley girl bit of exercise, and then come back and try and get some words done. From the 4 o'clock, using the 4 o'clock writers hour as my kind of starting point, kick off to try and get something useful done today. I'm still not feeling 100%. Yeah, another joy of publication weeks is that if you have chronic health problems, they don't take a week off just because you've got a book coming out. What can you do? Hello, it is publication day. We are at the station.
Enjoyable. Smoking, including vaping, is not permitted anywhere on the rail network.
So we're at the station in Worcester. We are going to London town to have lunch with my very good friend Imi Housen, who is a brilliant author and also copy editor and proofreader, and we love her. This wasn't actually planned as a publication day treat. We were planned to have lunch in like October. We've rescheduled it like 3 times because of rail strikes and illness and goodness knows what else. But today is the day, and it's very good because it means that I won't spend the whole of publication day sitting at home on my own refreshing the sales rank page on Amazon. I mean, I will do that quite a lot on the train, but I will try and resist the urge to do it all day at least. So yeah, publication day, book is out in the world. The blog tour has started. We've had a couple of reviews already, which were really lovely. Yeah, so out for lunch. I'm going to do some work on the train, writing a couple of guest blog posts I've got coming up to promote the book, and doing some social media. I've got a TikTok that I've recorded.
More enjoyable. Smoking, including vaping, is not permitted anywhere on the rail network.
The tannoy lady is very keen that you're not allowed to smoke. That's like twice in a minute and a half. We're really not allowed to smoke. Yeah, anyway, so I've got some work to do on the train, some social media, some blog posts to write. I've got an ARC, that's an advanced review copy of a book by another author that the publisher's asked me to read and give a quote for. So yeah, work on the train, fun in between, hopefully only a moderate amount of refreshing my sales rank page. Happy publication day. So, back to Friday, and I just kind of wanted to run through a few things that I'd thought of this week and that kind of making this video had brought to mind about publication days and publication weeks. Number one, your publication week is also just a normal working week. So you're still going to be working on your next book. If you have a day job, you're still going to have to deal with that. Laundry still has to get laundried. If you have chronic health problems or disabilities, they don't obviously magically go away for a week. Marvellous though that would be. If there was an off switch, that would just be the best. But no. So publication week is also just an ordinary week. But number two, having a book out is also work. So in addition to all your normal working week stuff, writing the next book, doing your day job, keeping on top of life, there's also a whole lot of stuff that you're going to need to do around the publication of your book. So you might have an actual launch you need to plan for, need to attend, all of those sorts of things. If not, you're going to probably be doing lots and lots of social media activity, whether you're generating content yourself or whether you're just sharing reviews, things from your publisher, retweeting, reposting, boosting those. You're going to be doing all of that. It's also a courtesy to thank people who post a review or who post a comment about the book. And that, again, it's lovely to do. It's lovely to be able to scroll through and see people saying, oh, I've bought this, I'm really excited to read this, or I've just finished this. But again, it takes time to go through and like and thank all of those people. So in addition to it being a normal working week, it's also an abnormal working week because you have a whole other layer of stuff to do on top of it. Fun, exciting stuff, but still stuff. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is I'm really, really glad that I took yesterday off and went to London and had lunch with a friend and did all that fun stuff. Now, that wasn't planned as a publication day treat or celebration. It was pure coincidence that it fell on that day because it was a meetup that we'd repostponed. I mean, that's technically correct. We had postponed it and indeed repostponed it. Rescheduled, though, was the word I was looking for. I got caught somewhere between saying a meeting we'd postponed and a meetup we'd rescheduled. We'd done both of those things multiple times because of illness, because of rail strikes. So it was just coincidence that it ended up being on my publication day. But it was really nice to take a day off, to take time out and to be able to have a fun day on publication day. Because the other thing that can happen if you don't plan to do that, if you don't plan to do something to kind of mark the occasion, is that publication days, even though you have all that build up to, oh my goodness, my book's coming out, the actual day itself can be weirdly underwhelming. Because in a way, the bulk of your work as the author is done. You've written the book, you've edited the book, you've signed off on the final proof of the book. That's the bulk of your work. You've got some work to do promoting and boosting the book now, but the bit that is uniquely you is the writing and the editing, and that is been and gone and done. So publication days can end up being one of those days that there's an awful lot of build up to, and then the actual day itself is a bit, just a bit underwhelming. So if you can plan something to celebrate to mark the occasion, definitely do. I'm really glad that sort of by accident I ended up having done that. Next, I think it's a really good idea to accept and to acknowledge that publication days are multiple things all at the same time. They're incredibly exciting. Having a book published is a huge achievement, whether it's your first book, whether it's your 10th book, whether it's your 20th book. This is, I think, my 9th book. I don't know. Yeah, this is my 9th book. It's my first one under this new pen name, Alison Sinclair. It's my first one with this publisher, and it's the first book in what we hope will be an ongoing series. But whether it's your first book, your 10th book, your 20th book, the publication day is hugely exciting. It's a huge achievement to get a book published, whether you do that traditionally or whether you're doing that independently on your own. To have gone through that whole process from initial idea to writing all of those words, getting all of those scenes, those characters, those settings, those places, that plot, all of those themes, to getting them, pulling them together and creating a novel and then bringing that out to the world for readers is a massive achievement. So publication days are really exciting. They're also potentially, as I've already said, kind of weirdly underwhelming, and also potentially deeply anxiety inducing because once the book is out in the world, it's not your baby anymore. It's not that thing that you've held close to you and only shared with a very few people, who are very often the people who are involved in the process of bringing the book out. So editor, agent, maybe cover designer, maybe a few trusted critique partners or beta readers. This book is now out there and it doesn't belong to you anymore, and it's perfectly possible that every single person out there will hate it, and that's terrifying. So it's absolutely fine if you don't love your publication day, if you find it stressful, if you find it a bit underwhelming, if you find it anxiety inducing, because it's all of those things alongside also being really exciting and a mark of your achievement. So it's fine to just acknowledge that it is all of those things at the same time, and that's okay. So what happens next? So once a book is out in the world, you're not finished with it. Books don't live or die on publication day. There is, I think, a lot of pressure to be sort of an instant hit. But if you look at people like, I mean, Colin Hoover is the obvious example at the moment. Her books, some of her books that have gone absolutely stellar, have been out ages. So it's not a one-shot thing. It's not that you have to go into all the charts on day one. You have to be in the Kindle top 100 on publication day, or even the top 1,000, or even the top 10,000. It's not all about one day. And for this book, we've got a blog tour that runs for another 5 days from today going onwards. After that, we've got some individual blog interviews and review posts coming up through the end of January and into February. We've got a couple of events and interviews happening in February around Valentine's Day, because it's a romance book and it's very romancy romance. It's very much about dating and love and romance. So we've got at least one radio interview, hopefully a couple of radio interviews around Valentine's Day. I'm doing a bookshop event on the 11th of February. If any of you are in the UK, if you're in the Midlands or the Southwest, Max Minerva's bookshop in Portishead. It's a little mini romance festival that they're running on the 10th and 11th of February, so look out for that, do come along. So we've got stuff going on over the next kind of month or so to keep supporting the book and to keep it boosted and out there on social media. And then after that, we'll review and see what comes next. The second book in the series comes out in August, so there'll be another big round of promotion and push around that. And these things, you hope, take on a life of their own, but you can't guarantee that. It's what you're working towards. So, publication day, it's not a one-shot thing. It's exciting, there's a lot of focus on it, but all of that work to try and support the book and boost the book goes on after that first 24 hours. So that's where we are now. That was my publication week for A Season for Love. If you haven't bought a copy and you think you might enjoy it, please do. It's really fun, it's really escapist. It's a kind of mashup of all of your favourite Regency romance tropes with a very 21st century sensibility. So if that sounds fun, do grab yourself a copy. That was my publication week, and I will be back with you next Friday with a brand new video. Farewell.